A viewer sent me this TikTok of a cop trying to train other street cops, and it's a doozy. Thanks, Don.
3 myths that you're hearing on TikTok from attorneys who are trying to give you advice on how to cope and deal with the police. Here's the first one. They're telling you that police can't call for a dog.
Wait, I don't know any attorney who would actually tell you that the police can't call for a dog. The real question is, can the police hold you while they wait for the canine to arrive? And if they can hold you, how long can they hold you?
But we know that there's canine units that exist and are available, and they can call for a dog. Then the response to that is, yeah, they can call for a dog, but they can't hold you forever.
Yes, this is in fact the key issue here, as I mentioned already. Nobody's claiming that the police can hold you forever. I don't think the cops even would say we can hold you forever while we wait for Grover to arrive. That doesn't make any sense. As an aside, why do they not ever name their canines Grover, or Pluto, or maybe Clifford? They always call their canine partners things like War, or Pistol, or Zeus.
Yeah, it's true, but they didn't tell you how long they can hold you for. And the answer is, longer than you think. It's not 10, 15, 25, 30. It's sometimes up to 2 and over 2 hours, depending on the circumstances of the case.
What? In what universe does this guy think that the police can hold you for 2 hours waiting on a canine unit to arrive? The canine delay rule was laid out by the United States Supreme Court in the 2015 case Rodriguez versus US. Up until that time, there were 2 conflicting rules in our country about how long the police could hold you while they wait for the dog. One standard, which was favored by Virginia and a number of states, was called the minimis rule, and that was where the police could extend the stop for various reasons, including waiting on the canine, as long as it was a de minimis delay. So basically, a short delay was okay. However, that's not the standard anymore. In the Rodriguez case in 2015, the US Supreme Court sided with the other type of delay, which basically said no delay. They can't just do it based on a hunch while they wait on their canine partner to arrive. So this is just frankly BS that the police can hold you for more than 2 hours.
Number 2, what they tell you is to never give consent to a police officer under any circumstances.
We agree! Wait, I think this is a myth. I think he's actually telling us that defense attorneys tell you this, but you're not supposed to listen to this advice. Let's see where he's going. I don't think it's going to be good.
But actually, and I'll give you a little gift here, if you gave consent, that's the only thing that can actually be challenged in court for your defense, if the consent was voluntarily given. You actually stand a better chance at defeating a consent in court than defeating a dog.
What? What is he getting off here thinking that the only thing you can challenge is whether or not your consent was voluntary? Let's back up and talk about how a traffic stop in this situation works. The police pull you over, let's say for a tag light or an inspection sticker or speeding, whatever it may be. They have now reasonable suspicion to investigate that offense. Typically, what police do is they'll typically ask, may I search the car? Why do they ask? Because consent is easy for them to prove in court. That's why this street cop wants you to consent. Normally, the police get you talking. They say, you don't have any guns or drugs in here, do you? You say no. And then they say, you don't mind if I search then, do you? And you say, no problem, officer. And now you've given voluntary consent to search your car, which is a big mistake. The key thing that Mr. Street Cop is leaving out is that if you don't consent to a search of your vehicle, which is your right to do so, you do not have to ever consent to a search of your vehicle or your home or your person, then the police must have another reason to search. It puts the burden on the police or the government to try to prove that they had a valid reason to search your person, your car, or your home. If they're going to come into your car or your home or search your pockets, they should be the ones to have to prove in court that they had a valid reason to do so.
Try to find some case law where the dog was defeated in court. They're not. So if the dog shows up and that dog alerts, you're dead.
You're dead, huh? Tell that to Mr. Rodriguez. I'm pretty sure he won.
Number 3, why are we giving the police a hard time?
Wait, what? This video was billed as 3 myths defense attorneys use against the police. My goal on this channel and my practice has never been to give the police a hard time. My goal is to help you understand your rights and help you flex your rights when necessary.
You'll find, from a police perspective, that if you're cooperative and polite and friendly, it probably goes better for you in the long run, especially if you're involved in criminal activity. So if you're involved in criminal activity and you know you're caught, you're probably not going to win roadside.
Okay, I agree with Mr. Street Cop on that point. The guys with the guns, the badges, the handcuffs, and the radios with tons of backup behind them are going to win on the side of the road. And this is why I would never advocate any kind of fight or struggle with the police. You do have the right to resist an unlawful arrest, but that gets into a very dicey situation where you could be accused of assault on a law enforcement officer, and I don't think anybody wants to fight that battle. I don't advocate being a jerk to the police. They may try to up the ante on you and give you some pressure or try to say, hey, I'm just being friendly here. Why don't you want to be friendly with me? And that's when you can say, officer, I'm not trying to be a jerk. I just don't want to answer questions.
We've got some tricks up our sleeves too, all legal ones that you're probably unfamiliar with.
They've got tricks up their sleeves too. And he just told you that you really should cooperate. Most of my cases end up in court because my client cooperated with the police on the side of the road. Officers ask the key questions about when you drove, when you drank, all those things, just discussing it with you. And then before you know it, you're in handcuffs because you cooperated with the police. Don't be a jerk, but you don't have to cooperate. I've got a whole playlist of videos right here about how to spot police lies and how you should respond to them. I'll see you over there. And remember, don't talk to the police. By the way, thank you to viewer Ehud for this awesome new bow tie. I appreciate you guys so much.